Hey, Katie team. Okay, so here are the things that I started testing with, and some of them worked, some of them didn't, but it might help you in regards to debugging what's going on with this issue. So for the system settings, okay, let's start with the one that I mentioned yesterday. Yesterday I had to like click on this one many times without rebooting. So I enable it so many times until it actually stayed like this. Okay. Um, for the animations, I'm not gonna click it because I'm just afraid here. But what I did was I clicked the two that always toggle between each other every time that I reboot it. And like if wobbly windows was enabled and I disable it and reboot it, then translucency would enable itself. And then if I disable this one, the wobbly will enable itself every time I reboot it. So what I did was I click both, I apply, disable both, apply. I repeated that a bunch of times. And then suddenly now it actually works and there's no wobbly effects. Okay. It respected what I tried to put there. Same for the other ones that were triggering. So that might help in regards to how the information is being saved or parsed in the configuration files, something along the lines of that. Um, in regards to, and I'm gonna explain why I'm saying that. In regards to this one, is because of that. So when I clicked on, for example, if I enable only Ironman, only one of the devices, I know I can click here. Okay, I understand that, and it still doesn't work, by the way. But if I enabled one of them or two of them and then disabled one of them later or something like that, it wasn't properly saving. So what I did was I started capturing for all the four cases that I have here. I actually enable all of them, and when I reboot it, they saved like this. So let me show you here. So I selected them all, apply, reboot it, and then ended up like this. I went to the file config, KDE device automount, what runtime, I'm guessing. Um, and this is how it saved the file. I was able to actually notice that, for example, Ironman. I can see Ironman here once. I can see it twice. I don't know if this is a file that when it gets read, it concatenates whatever properties it finds for the same one that it's looking at, for the same device that it's looking at. And then because this is the last one between both, yeah, it's why it actually shows ticked here. I don't know. I don't know how this file actually works. I didn't dig into it. So whoever is the creator, then they might get a better idea and hear why the same device is showing twice. It actually happened several times, but I'm going to show you. But it's showing twice, and two, they have different properties. So here you can see Iron Man that's missing some properties, and here's it has the force logging auto mount, which is the actual one that I'm selecting. When I save them all, I took a picture just to understand the logic here. That's why I'm saying that. So when I save them all, came here, here's the second image. I save them all, I reboot it, and then this happened. So from here, I clicked on this one, the Steam one, the one that's missing. And then when I reboot it, it ended up like this. So I went again to the file, I looked at it. I can see that Iron Man is here, Iron Man is here. Okay, I can see also the Iron Man is checked. Okay, so we got that there. We got that far there. Steam is not checked, but you can see that the last Steam is this one, the only one that says Steam. And the Hulk one here, I got Marvel things everywhere, is the only one that's here. It's not duplicated or something, like the Iron Man one. So, but the Steam one it didn't have the other parameters, okay? Again, I saved it, went over here, now they're all marked. I checked them all, but I was also able to actually see that Iron Man was actually repeated twice. Steam had all the properties, and Hulk had all the properties, and they were not duplicated. Before the first image, by the way, Iron Man and Steam were duplicated at some point. Here they are, Steam, Hulk, and Iron Man. It showed like this. And so what I did was I literally made them myself. So let me show you. Let me show you what the settings are right now. I gotta look for how do I add the console here. That's an option. So, okay, that's me playing with the naming of the audio devices. But let me put this here so you can actually see it. And what I did was I removed the duplicate Iron Man and I removed the duplicate Steam and I just left these two here. Okay. These two, like I organized that thing. Save this file, and all I did was click outside, click it here again, and boom, it loaded. And I double checked by opening Dolphin, and I was able to actually see this here. Why was this important to me? I mean, for one, the gaming part. So all this my Steam games are, you guessed it, on the Steam um, NVMe here. Okay, so every time I open Steam, it failed. But the other is that Hulk. Hulk is my backup storage that actually shares some things with the home. And Iron Man is a device that I'm using for work where we share a lot of files here. It's like our own Git lab kind of thing in there, or Dockers too. But that's why I needed them to be auto mounted. I don't need to click on them. So that's why this was this why I was in a little bit of a hurry. But this is all I did. So most likely the issue is the way that this gets parsed and saved, and how it needs to turn this device readings here, this array here, into unique identifiers, basically. So it doesn't repeat unless I'm wrong, unless I'm wrong. So maybe there's a reason why it can't duplicate them or something. I mean, even got to the point where it's like maybe the comma here that's breaking the whole thing. Like I was just going crazy here. Um, and that was it. That was the only issue that I found. So again, I had to like repeatedly save this a lot, many times before rebooting, and that ended up working. So I don't know, maybe the logic is the same one. It's the way that it parses and saves files for the settings here and for the auto mount. Basically anything that's here in the system settings. For the audio one, for this audio one, here you can see that it says analog input, A50 mic, and A50 headset, and blah blah blah. If we actually go to where it's supposed to be saving those things, because I can see A50 mic here. I did a grep, and that's how I ended up here. Um, I can see the names here properly done. But when I hover, I go here, it still says analog input instead of saying just A50 mic. Okay. And I mentioned that because if we go here, you can see all the audio devices that I have. If I start enabling them, I'll just go crazy. And there's two disabled cameras. There's two additional cameras. The MX Brio old version from 2017, then the MX Brio Pro, whatever the name is, and another Logitech that I forgot what the hell it was, for work related things. But this is great. This is something that GNOME doesn't have. The ability to rename it, because this saves a lot of time for me on guessing what the audio device is for. But just wanted to leave that feedback there because it's the only issues that I found so far. The only ones. Everything is working great. I mean, even this is working. Yeah, all that is working great. So yeah, this is I'm staying with KDE. And there's four more computers I want to prepare, but I'm just waiting for this configuration fixes to be done because they're remotely situated. So I don't have physical access. I gotta guide my team in a full day for the whole installation process from scratch and prepare everybody for Linux, and they're gonna be doing it themselves. And after 2 months of testing KDE, obviously I'm staying with KDE by far, but it has too many reasons why I'm staying here. versus gnome. But that's why I'm holding back once this is fixed, because all the computers on at home for the five all have very similar system settings configuration issues, which are the same ones. It just doesn't know how to parse and read the saving of it. That was it. Thank you. Big hugs. Think positive. Bye.